Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I couldn't wait to get on here and show you what arrived for me in a little parcel yesterday from Chanel. I've been stalking the UK website for a good few weeks now actually, and I saw some of these items went up quite a few days ago, but they were not available to purchase and they were kind of hidden away. There wasn't an easy link to get to them. So I knew it was coming, but honestly, Chanel releases now, you used to know pretty much like clockwork when things were going to be on the website, usually a few days or weeks before they trickled into the Chanel makeup only stores, and then a couple of weeks before you would see the main releases coming to the counters in department stores, etc. Now there's no rhyme or reason. The sales associates don't seem to have the slightest clue when they're going to get collections, let alone individual items that you've seen and are interested in. So we still haven't had the spring summer collection. This isn't it. It's those oversized red palettes that you will have seen if you've been looking on YouTube. And to be honest, I'm not that interested. There are two nail polishes as well, which are red, which I'll probably get because I collect, but they're not that exciting, to be honest. And then there were these items, which to me looked far more spring-like. I'm not sure, is it called the Fantasy de Chanel collection or the Delice? I'm not sure. And various people have described it as being the equivalent of the Asia only release that we used to get in the spring. I say we used to get. It was for Asia stores primarily, but pieces often trickled through, not necessarily in the same season, to Europe and the US. And I often got pieces that I really liked from that collection because the Asia makeup tended to be lighter and I don't know, more in the expectation for the Japanese market in particular. And that often suited my taste and complexion, to be honest. So I was always on the lookout. And my very favourite spring palette is still one that came from one of the Asia releases. Anyway, these pieces came up finally day before yesterday and arrived yesterday. So you will have seen on Instagram. Can we first of all take a moment to admire the packaging, which has different coloured sides on the box. I thought that was rather nice. It's only a cardboard box, of course, but presentation is part of why we buy luxury makeup, I think. I went for the quad. It is called Delice, and they've used that before. In fact, I have a quad called Delice, which I should have got out. I may show you another time. I knew when I saw this on Instagram quite a while ago that I would be in the market for it. Sorry, this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon lighting, natural light. There you go, you're getting a better look at it there. To me, this is really spring appropriate, which is, you know, what I want to see, to be honest. Let's just focus a bit better there so you can see the gorgeous pattern. It almost looks like a kind of plastic demo, doesn't it? Now, I have played with it last night on the eyes. I haven't swatched it on the hand, which I'm going to do now, even though the lighting isn't optimal. I have to tell you that on one play yesterday, I'm not very impressed with the consistency of this one here, this peachy colour. The others are all gorgeous, especially these two on the eye. A bit different from a lot of the eyeshadows that I have. But let's show you what happens with that. Let's get this so that we can see. Just trying to cover the mirror up. That isn't working either, is it? There we go, just let's leave it for the time being. Okay, so here's this peachy one, which you can see not that different from my skin tone. It is actually showing up a little bit on my hand there, but it's quite dry and powdery, and it doesn't blend well on the eye, I have to say. Now, that's a big disappointment. This quad is £50, so we're not quite up there on Tom Ford's level, but there's a lot less product than in a Tom Ford quad. And so to have one of the four, you know, I'm always hesitant to buy quads that have got a black or a grey in because I know that I won't use them. Here, this is one that is not very usable because of the consistency. The others worked perfectly well on the eye. This is the most densely pigmented. And you can see it's a sort of, it's looking kind of terracotta brown there. It's a bit peachier on the eye. The lighting really is late afternoon lighting here. Sorry about that. With a bit of glitter in it, it has to be said. They're all a bit glittery or shimmery, shall we say. I was dubious about this lilac. I think lilac's really pretty, but I've got quite a few lilac palettes that I don't wear a lot. But this is actually really pretty on the eye, certainly for me. Again, there's a little bit of shimmer, glitter. I can't tell you what the fallout's like yet because I didn't wear it for long enough to see the last night. We'll see how I do today because I'm going out shortly. Take no notice of the bell ringing. And there's the yellow, which is more like a kind of white gold. Again, quite glittery. So there's the palette for you. It is really at least spring appropriate, I think, which is quite nice at this time of year. And as I say, 3 of those colours work very well on the eyes, but one was a bit of a disappointment. Now, I haven't tried yet this one. The box is a bit less interesting than the eye palette. This is the blush, which is described as a blush illuminator, so an illuminating blush. Comes with one of these bigger brushes. They're quite nice, but they're still not really great for applying blush, but you've seen this, haven't you? So gorgeous. A kind of pinky gold. I can't wait to try this actually, because I think it's going to look really pretty on fair skin. And I was kind of in the market for another Chanel powder blush. It has to be said that at my age, with drier skin, cream and liquid blushes are really the way to go now. I have quite a large collection of Chanel powder blushes, but most of them are like 5 years or more, and they don't last forever. So I've been trying to use up a couple of them and having to kind of use quite a stiff brush to use them. So there we go. Not hugely pigmented, but I dare say you can build it up. And it's got an almost wet look. I don't know what it looks like actually on the cheeks, as I say, because I haven't tried that out yet. Now, they also have the illuminating sticks that they've come out with quite a lot in the last couple of years. There's a really pretty goldy pink that kind of is a bit like that I was quite tempted by. I think that would look nice and might actually work if you're very pale skinned as a blush. Most of the sticks are, you know, more kind of a wet look illuminating gloss, which is a bit sticky. The other one was a lilac, which again was really pretty and probably would look nice again as an illuminator. But I have 2 of those sticks and I don't use them a lot, so I may go back and get one when I've seen a few more reviews, but I decided to pass on that They are putting out as part of this collection a couple of the eye pencils, not pencils, the stilos, that I like, but I don't think they were new colours, or at least they look very similar to ones I already have. And there were a couple of lip products, a real kind of mishmash actually of liquid lipstick. There's one of the kind of Cocoa Shines and something else I can't remember now. And then, of course, they have had that recent velvet release. I was quite tempted by a couple of the pinks, but I decided I didn't really need. Now, what they did have, and this is not part of the release at all, are a new, well, I don't think they're new colours, but certainly in the UK, the Glossimers, in other words, their lip glosses, have been largely out of stock for ages. And they're in stock again, most of the colours. So I picked up two. One of them is called Rose Pulp, a very pretty pink with micro shimmer in. I tried this yesterday. It just looks shiny on the lips, to be honest. This one, which is called Amuse Bouche. How pretty is that? It's looking a bit more orangey in this light. It looks kind of more a pillar box red with gold micro shimmer. It doesn't look red on my lips, but it does give a bit of colour. So I really like this one. I haven't been a huge gloss fan in the past, but just recently I've been enjoying them a bit more. So I thought they were kind of suitable for this time of year. And whilst we're at it, because we're talking a bit about glosses, I also got last week two of the new releases in Lisa Eldridge's gloss, which is very good. And she's brought out some new colours. So this one is called Dancing Rose. Is absolutely gorgeous as a topper, or quite a shiny, glittery, but it doesn't have little glitter particles. You don't feel it as gritty on the lips. It's really, really pretty. Very pleased with that one. And this one I haven't worn yet. This is Carnival. She's had the lipstick out in, I think, a matte. I'm not sure. I've got the Carnival lipstick, but this is the gloss. Now, just as a matter of interest, these glosses are very gloopy and stay reasonably well as glosses go. I think it's a really nice formulation and it feels nice. Not too kind of watery, not too tacky. I think these are £16 each, I'm going to say, compared with the Chanel ones, which are 30 something. So although the presentation, I prefer the Chanel, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with Lisa's. You've got to say that the Lisa Eldridge version is much better value. So if you're in the market for a gloss, and the range is much larger than this, there's a large range anyway, and she's brought out about 5-6 new shades, including those two. There's also, I mean, this one's kind of rosy gold. There's also quite a pretty silvery one similar to this, which I would be tempted by as well. So those are my latest additions. Let me know if any of you are interested or getting any of the latest Chanel releases. As I say, I don't think I will be getting, I don't know, famous last words, any of the spring summer when it comes out, apart from the nail polishes. But I'm pleased with these purchases. So I hope you're all doing well and having a lovely weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.